Hey y'all, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Last time, we went exploring and we found where we were going to put our nuclear fuel rod manufacturing facility along with our nuclear power plant, which was right over here, where I put a beacon down for future nuclear stuff. Because there's like a uranium node here, iron, copper, limestone, and deuterium all right here. We got everything we need right here. We just have to pull a train up from down here, pass by some coal, and over to here, and we're good to go. So it really shouldn't be that bad. It's just going to take some time. And in order to figure out exactly everything that I was going to need, I had to make a plan. And this is the plan. It seems very, very unorganized. It's just one giant flowchart with a whole bunch of squares labeled different things, and it's a bit chaotic. But I've got everything down for everything that I'll need. And it took me a while to draw this up. But pen and paper is really the best way to go about planning out large projects like what we're about to undertake. There are websites like Satisfactory Calculator and things like that that can show you a flowchart of everything you're going to need with all the numbers and everything already figured out. You can even put in alternate recipes so that it'll calculate those for you. But I prefer to do it myself because that's a bit hard to follow, honestly. And when I do it myself, I can figure out exactly the number of machines that I'm going to need, and I can figure out exactly all of the materials I'm going to need. And then I can load them into a truck, and we can have everything known. Like, these are all of the materials that I'm going to need for this project. But before we go anywhere with our truck loaded full of supplies, I have to show you something that I did in between episodes. I've redone my copper processing. Now I've got 2 Mark III miners down there producing a metric crap ton of wire that is being used to make not a whole, well, it's enough wire, or yeah, it's enough cable for us to make all of our crystal oscillators work just fine. And these things are producing a total of 1,800 wire per minute. And these filled up within like just a few minutes of me doing this. And for the most part, all of this is now feeding my cable factory. And this is just some ridiculousness of wire. I mean, if we look in here, we've got, let's go down the first floor first. I have 10, ooh, that's not a smoke. 10 smelters, all at 200%, making 60 copper ingots per minute. That's 600 copper ingots a minute. 300 on each side. They then come out this way. Come on, go through the window. Up a couple of elevators. And up into here, where I have 10 constructors. 5 on each side, all at 200%. I had to overclock everything in here. I could have done no overclocking, but the space that I had was very limited. So each of these is making 90 wire per minute. So that's 900 on this floor. And then if we go to the other side, you can see that the ingots are coming in. Oh, the ingots are coming in from over there. They're flowing out this way along with the wire. And the excess ingots are then coming up here to the top floor, where I have done that again. I've just thrown the ingots in. They're all making 900 wire on this floor. It's coming out. And then the 4 outputs are just feeding into these 2 containers. I love that they added the second input and output to the industrial storage containers because it's made this so much easier. But that's the most wire I can get out of this system here, because each of these is producing 300 copper ore per minute. So it's working out just fine. And then, yeah, My motor facility is only really using 200 per minute, but it's backed up to the max at the moment, so it can't really do much. But as the turbo motors are being made, you can see a few pieces of wire going in there. Well, I guess more than just a few. And then it stops. So that's being supplied fully, and then I'm just making too much wire. I could probably move more wire from over here to my circuit boards in there, but I like that it's coming in from over there because I've got the copper coming in and stuff, so it's okay. It's okay. So, let's hop in our truck and head to our first project site, which is oil on this side of this big old lake in this crater. I was not expecting these rocks to have respawned by now, but that's okay. We can just get rid of them and then watch them all just poop, gone. Well, this was not part of the plan. And now I've got a problem. Because that's full of all my stuff, and I'm really close to the oil where I need to start this project, but I have to load everything up now. Oh, this is not good. I mean, look at this right here. I thought I could go around the bottom here, but there's a, channel to the void right here, and I can't get up on these rocks. I should have gone the other way around. Would have been smarter. Oops. My bad. So right here on the shores of this giant lake, we have 2 normal oil nodes. I think I can make that work. Probably just build the train station right here and get the oil flowing towards our nuclear plant. So let's run to the truck and let's get things started. Okay, so instead of just transporting the oil up to the nuclear assembly yard, I decided to refine it all into plastic first and then bring the plastic up there so I don't have to deal with having the smokestacks up there and everything. So I've got my 2 oil pumps going into 6 refineries, each of them set up for plastic. So 6 times 22.5 should be enough plastic to run this whole thing because I need 135 plastic per minute. And I think I've got that in these 6. So I've just got to, unfortunately, run back to base to get more steel beams. Because I don't have enough. It sucks. I'll be back. So everything is hooked up. Everything is working. These things are producing plenty of plastic for our nuclear project. This is a good first step. Taking care of one of the how many resources that we need for this, most of which is going to be taken care of at the end where we start building everything. But the next thing we got to take care of is our coal. But on the way, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be extending the train line, which is just sitting right here for right now. So what I need to do is I need to route the train around this. It's going to come out like this and make a turn and head north. So it's going to go out like this and head north, probably actually northwest to come out through this little thing here, just to make it easier for the train to get up and out of here. And it's going to come around like this and then go through here, probably underneath that. I might have to make this come down just to make it an easier turn. But there's 2 coal nodes here. You can kind of actually see them on a map. That's a coal node and that's a coal node. So we'll bring the train up around here and we'll have a station probably, or maybe not. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have the station out here and I'll bring the coal down and around to the station via conveyors. Because then I can bring the train this way and then go over this, down through this really cool little thing, and then over like this, over to our nuclear production area. That's probably the plan. Yep. I think we got that figured out. So let's go get our coal set up. This is going to only be a two-car train. because I'm only needing to bring in 2 resources. So this one is going to have the oil on the first car. That's all I needed to do. The next one's going to have 2 stations. It's going to have an empty platform and then the coal loader, so that we can have that all set up. Then the last one's going to have 2 unloaders. So this is set up as a loading station, and as you can see, we're building up a good amount of it already. So I kind of want to get this full before I start, and it'll be full before I start, so there's no worry about that. But anyway, ooh, flames! I didn't know those did that. It's just burning off all the excess. That's kind of cool. Because that's kind of what happens in real oil pumps. That's awesome. But yeah, so feeding them all with, I'm producing more than I'm really needing, but I'm only using what I need, so that's good. And I could probably slow down these belts now. I think they were built up with some, and so they started to really slow down on these, but it'll be alright. It'll be alright. I like the way it looks. It doesn't look like it's overtaxed or anything. And nothing is jerking as it's going along, so that's cool. So let's get to work on this rail line. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it. Can't really build except on platforms. So yeah, I think that's how we're going to have to do it. I'm going to come out to here and then over that way. So west and then northwest. Just take a train right across the lake. Sounds good. So we've set up the second station now. It was rough going trying to get the rails up this, because these topographic lines are really close, meaning it's a very steep elevation change. But I managed to get the rails to come like along this and then go across here and make a wide looping turn to come into here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go build some miners up here and get some coal flowing into this station, because I need the coal. And then we're going to get the last, we're going to bring the train around here. It's going to be real steep right here. I don't know if it's going to go up this, but we will definitely try. Maybe if I can get it to go horizontally for most of it, it'll work. But we're going to get the train to come up around here, down through here, and up here, like I said. We'll build the final train station, probably horizontally right here, where it can drop everything off, and then we can have our nuclear station right here. But that is the rest of the plan for this episode. So as soon as we get that done, I'm going to call it, because I've been working a lot on this lately. Like, this whole project has taken quite a while. But so that's what we're going to do. And yeah, so let's get to building the coal. I need a total of 100, and I'm just going to do 240. So I think these are normal nodes, but I'm not really sure. Let's go find out. Yep, it's a normal node. So I can put a Mark III miner down here and I can get all the coal I need. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh crap, I got to go back to the truck to get some supplies to build this. Mark III miner on the coal. So power's hooked up. The conveyors are going. Or the conveyor, I should say. We should start seeing some coal coming down this line soon. And hear the miner going. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, all the coal we should need coming in. It's actually more than I need for this project. But that actually wasn't that hard to set up. I just had to run the conveyor up to the miner, get it down over here. It's kind of a roundabout way of getting it there, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. What the heck? You guys seeing that? That crashed pod is just hanging there. What? How am I supposed to get to that? Am I supposed to like climb up there and fall on top of it to get into it? Oh man, That's a treacherous one. That'll be interesting to try to open up. And the last of the train stations on this route has been completed. I ended up not having to build any empty platforms because of the way that the shuttle will work. So I'll drop both of them off here, it'll run back, it'll grab the oil, then it'll grab the coal, and then it'll come right back. And the stations are set up in just the right way so that I don't have to have any empty platforms. So, with that in mind, I need to finish this train, but I don't have enough motors. Like, I need 5 more motors. But I think I know of a way to get them. Right here. This has got 8 of them. But I think I don't have enough space to carry everything, so I'm going to have to build another storage container. Store some stuff real quick. Or better yet, I'll just put it on a freight car, so I can build those. Attach it to the back of the train. 1. 2 freight cars, since that's what I'm going to need. Store some of the stuff in the freight car. Like the Nobelisk that I've been using it pretty prolifically. And the cartridges and some other stuff that I don't really need at the moment. And let's go disassemble the truck. Shove everything in storage. The portable miners are what's taking up a huge amount of space because they don't stack. I wish they did. Alrighty. So that's everything back now. Let's build the other locomotive. Now let's get this thing working. Let's get it going and picking stuff up. So I figured out how to fix a shuttle system like this with multiple stops. Basically, you got to go in here to your locomotive and you add your stop. But you have to add it twice. I don't know why. It's just a thing right now. So we're going to go nuclear plastic, then nuclear coal, and then nuclear plant. You have to do it like this. I don't know why that is. But once we do it, it should work. And there it goes. Oh, but I have to set these to unloading. Otherwise, we're not going to get anything done. So I guess I'm going to wait for my ride to come back after a bit. So let's just stand here and I'll wait for it to come back. This also gives me the opportunity to make sure that it'll make it through the entire track. Alright, the train is slowing down to make it into the station where it'll pick up the plastic. And gonna stop. It stopped. So now it should be picking up plastic, which will be in the rear car of this thing. And after a sec, or about, I think the animation takes like 24 seconds, something like that. After about half a minute, we'll see it take off toward the next station. There it goes. Speeding up, and it should stop at the station I built. Where did I put that station? Right in here. Right there. So here it goes. It should make it up the hills. I tested it. Should be fine. Yep. It made it up the most difficult part, which is awesome. And now it's slowing down to make it into the coal station. I really wish I didn't have to zigzag it so badly right here. I wish I could have made a more straight shot to the station. But it just wasn't going to happen. The terrain is way too varied through here. Like, maybe if I really tried, I could have. But it would have been crazy. So now it should be loading up the coal in its other car, which would be in the front car. And again, about 30 seconds, and it should work. And now it's moving towards the nuclear plant. just the way I wanted it to. Should be slowing down to make it into the station at the right speed. There it is. Now these trains, they're just so exciting. I don't know why I find them to be so exciting. They just are. Let's get a better angle with which to watch the unloading. And it stops. And unloads. I'm gonna hitch a ride on this locomotive before I forget about it, so that I can get back to the oil processing area and I can drive on home to drop some stuff off before we end up constructing stuff out here. I should have everything, but I think I built a little bit more than I was supposed to, so I need to get some more stuff. Man, you really get some speed coming off of a locomotive, though. Look at this distance I'm getting. I think that's better than a Mark 6 belt. I don't have enough motors to make it back using an Explorer. I need 5 motors, I only have 3. So I'm running back. Guess I better put on the Blade Runners. You know what would be cool? Is if the devs would implement some sort of flying vehicle instead of just the wheeled ones. Sure, it would use up a heck of a lot of power, but a flying vehicle so that you can make better just straight lines back and forth between parts of your base. That'd be awesome. I mean, it wouldn't have to be like an airplane that takes off on a landing strip and stuff, although that would be interesting to try. Just maybe automate a flight from point A to point B with landing strips. But if they made like a helicopter sort of thing, or even better, just a VTOL jet of some kind, maybe modeled after the thing from that movie Oblivion. Yeah, I know it was a Tom Cruise movie and it wasn't really all that great, but you know, if they modeled it after that, it would sort of fit in with the aesthetic of this game. Just make it orange, you know, and it would work. So I would really, really appreciate a flying vehicle in this game. Make it like really, really late game, but still, it'd be awesome. So I just got an alternate uranium cell blueprint. Let's go check it out. I don't know if it's better or not, because currently uranium cells just take concrete and uranium, right? So let's come down here. Alright, so concrete and uranium. So that's not bad. Why doesn't this show alternate recipes anymore? I don't get it. But anyway, so uranium and concrete. If we come out here and we decide to build oh crap, I don't have the stuff for it. But anyway, let's go find an assembler. Hey, there's some up here. So real quick, recipe for the alternate uranium. Oh, that's why. I'm a doofus. I forgot when you unlock them, you have to come in here and actually unlock. Oh my god. That's a bit ridiculous. 100 uranium, which I would have to be holding to do this. 100 sulfur, 100 quartz, and 100 caterium ore. I mean, I could get it, but dang. I'd have to be wearing my hazmat suit the entire time so I wouldn't get the radiation poisoning from this, just to unlock it. And instead of it making, I think, 10 at a time, it makes 35 at a time. So yeah, way, way more, but then I'd have to put it through a manufacturer instead of an assembler. So I would be using uranium, sulfur, silica, and I think quick wire? I can't remember what it actually said it would take, but it would make 35 at a time instead of 10 at a time, which I think is what it makes right now. I'm going to continue with just the regular recipe because this is just Wow. Now, that would take too much to unlock and actually implement. Plus, the materials and power requirements necessary for it would be outrageous. So we're just going to continue with the plan and forget about this alternate recipe for right now. Also, if you noticed, I've had my to-do list up on the side for quite some time, and I've been looking into this. I really don't think that I need all of those buildings that I've got listed there. Because looking at my plan, I only need 2 manufacturers. I only need, I need 23 assemblers. So, I mean, it's all off. So let's go through it and fix that. So, from the outset, I'm going to need 2 manufacturers. Going to need, like I said, 23 assemblers. Nope, 24. Going to need 25 constructors. So let's just do this. And then hit that button to update. 25 constructors. 13 smelters. 4 foundries. 3 Mark II miners. And a Mark III miner. I'm sorry, 2 Mark III miners. And then a whole bunch of splitters and mergers. And, of course, all the different belts needed for everything. But most of the belts are actually only going to be Mark I, which is crazy. So there's my new to-do list. I've already got most of everything I need out at the, future nuclear stuff, which is great. So I'm just going to double check what I've got, make sure I've got everything. So before I do that, though, I'm just going to let you guys go. It's a lot of tedium from here on out just to try to get everything out there to make sure that I've got everything for the next episode. So, we set up our new oil processing area that makes plastic for our nuclear stuff. We set up a coal mine for our nuclear stuff. And we've set up the transport system, the new train line that's way off to the east that goes from the nuclear stuff to the oil, through the coal, and back, dropping off resources galore for us to use. So, if you liked what you saw, please hit that like button, subscribe to see more, and we will continue this project in the next episode. Y'all come back now.